All right. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, I think these eyelashes are a little wonky, girl. Ha! Okay, I think that looks better. Girl, what is the tea? All right, we're gonna be going live with Adam McIntyre in just a minute. So everyone, type in the comments where you're from. I want to know where you're from. We're going live with Adam McIntyre. I can't stand Dan. All right, guys. So we're gonna see here. You're gonna see here. Hello, everyone. We're live. Thank you to everyone for the gifts. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. I see a few. Thank you so much for those. Thank you for keeping the stream alive. It allows me to keep doing this. So appreciate that. So Adam McIntyre is getting ready to come on to the live. So we're gonna see about this, and I have some receipts that Adam's gonna further elaborate on. So we'll see how that goes. Makeup on point. Thank you so much. Oh wait, California. Okay, yes. Ireland in the chat. No, so right now I'm coming at you from Hollywood today. See, I'm in here today. Oh, for the love, he asked for the. Well, we're going to be talking about that. See, and I have a lot to say about that because, you know, I'm going to save it for the live. I'm going to save it for the live. Coming at you from Disneyland. Oh, my God. Let me see here. Rich, always so handsome. Oh, you're so cute. You're a Poindexter? You guys, like the live. Leave the video a like the live, thumb it up, share the live. This is going to be a really, really hot live stream today. Get ready. This is talk of the town. Everyone's talking about this. You can drop in the chat justice for Adam if you wish. I got the kettle brewing. Yeah, the tea's gonna be coming up. And you know what? I'm surprised. I am so like the live. Stop being shady. Be a lady. Give the video a like. I'm surprised that Colleen Ballinger has not said anything about this. She hasn't even sent a cease and desist. She hasn't even made a public statement. She hasn't even reached out privately to those that she feel were affected. In fact, she has just continued to post like nothing happened. And I think that that's very telling. You know, maybe she feels like I already addressed this. I'm not going to address it anymore. So, yeah, that's what I find interesting about the whole thing. All right, wait. Just got word. Adam said he's ready to come onto the live. Everyone in the chat, drop a heart emoji. Let's go. All right, here we go. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna send Adam the invitation to come onto the live. So here we go. Hold on. All right, let me see here. Let me add a guest here. All right. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, all the love, y'all guys are so sweet. Work for the Adam McIntyre's in the chat. It keeps sending me to that link. Adam McIntyre's in the chat. Everyone say hello to Adam. Let me see if that works. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I can't even keep up with the chat. Oh my god, you guys! Whoa. Here I think this will work just fine, Adam. What do you think?
I don't want you to have to hold me up. I mean, we could organize this. It keeps sending me. First of all, I chat, but it keeps sending me to that link. We could.
This is fine. We do it right here. This is perfectly fine right here.
Are you sure? Because I don't want your arm to get sore.
No, it's fine.
Okay, perfect. Let me just turn off my phone.
All right, you guys. Are you guys happy with Adam? Can y'all see Adam? Can y'all hear Adam?
Let me. I'm trying to figure out if I. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Hello? All right. So, how have you been dealing with all this going on? I can imagine it could be kind of stressful.
It is really bizarre. I mean, just comparing it to 2020, whenever I originally made that video, it's completely different. So, whenever I posted it, I really just the only reason I posted the original video was because Cody Tyler had made that video and it exposed like the sexual DMs and stuff, which then was kind of like I had to speak about it, and I kind of was a little bit annoyed about it at the start because I knew what that was going to entail, bringing everything up. But I mean, ultimately, in the end, it has allowed me to like just put everything out there, and also like it's not even just me anymore. There's so many people that are speaking up, and it's like if I had to take all that shit in 2020 for people to like feel that they can speak up now, and I mean the amount that are, I mean then I'm happy it happened. But it's been very weird. I used to be like, oh, it feels super validating. It's not that it feels validating anymore. It kind of just feels like confusing because it's like, oh, no one listened to me in 2020, and you know, thankfully everyone is now, which I'm super grateful for. But yeah, it's hard to put it into words.
Yeah.
Basically, how it feels.
So my question would be, if Cody Rance would have come forward in 2020, do you think it would have garnered more attention then?
Well, Cody was only really able to come forward because Cody was set up by Colleen to make that takedown video of me. So basically, there wouldn't have been a video from Cody in 2020. I mean, the video was, you know, taking me down because Colleen was actively manipulating Cody into doing the same thing that she did with me. So there wouldn't have been a video. So, I mean, I guess everything happened for a reason, but yeah, it's been an interesting few days, I guess.
So one of the comments that I've seen on here was like, "For the love of gosh, Adam begged for the panties." Now, before you answer that, I want to say this, because this was at the time you were underage. Just because an underage kid begs for something, Colleen was the adult in the situation, and she should have set boundaries and said no. Even if you begged her for anything else that was explicit or whatever, she should have set those. The guilt felt on her. It was her responsibility to say no. But I think that she is in the wrong, and a lot of people are trying to defend Colleen, and they're nitpicking the situation. I'm pretty sure you see it online where they're kind of defending her. But at the end of the day, she was the adult, and she could have said no in that situation. Granted, if it was a joke that went too far or not, it made her look bad. And the fact that she hasn't responded, I feel like, why hasn't she responded to you or anyone involved? You know? And do you think that she will? You used to be really like good friends with her.
I mean, in terms of I'll do the underwear thing, and then I'll talk about like why she's silent right now.
Okay.
So in terms of the underwear thing, whenever I spoke about that in my 2020 video, I basically showed them and I talked about how the story happened, and then people were like shocked by it, obviously. I mean, like a 30-something-year-old woman sending them to like, you know, a 14-year-old. However, whenever she made her apology video, she was like, here's the live stream, like here's the truth. Here is I was doing a live stream, an innocent, you know, live stream, giving away clothes. And basically, here he is begging for them. And in the moment, I was confused by it because I was like, wait, this is not how I remember it playing out. And then within the past 24 hours, people have been putting side by sides, going back to that live stream, showing that, I don't know if you saw it, but what she included in her video and then what the actual live stream was. So in her video, she goes, oh my God, Adam's in the chat, and then goes, oh my God, he wants the panties, and then cuts it. And that's it. However, the original video is, oh my God, Adam's in the chat, we should send him something. Do you think he wants the bra and panties? And then Corey's like, oh my God, Adam, do you want the bra and panties? And he's wearing them, he's going like this. And then Colleen goes, oh my God, we should send him them. And then she goes, oh, but then his parents are going to be like, why is this random girl online sending panties that have been worn or like whatever? And she was like, but then he'll be able to tell them, no, like I wore them or something, that she wore them, whatever the video was. So basically, that entire story now, it took 3 years, and it's something that has been held over me. Even whenever I make like regular videos on my YouTube channel, or even in person, people are like, why did you lie about that? And now it's being shown that in her apology video, she literally manipulatively edited the video so that it looked like she went, we should send Adam something, and then I begged for them. However, the truth was, she thought it would be funny to send them to a child, and then sent them to me.
Wow. So I hope that clears up some misunderstandings in the chat and on people on Twitter, on Instagram, and it's spilled over to TikTok now. So it's going on over there. So I'm gonna. If I send you a receipt, are you able to see it?
No.
Okay. Let me see. Even if it goes to your phone, you can take a moment to look at it, and then you can come back. So I can let the chat know. So I'm going to send you. Hold, please. You want to talk to the chat? I'll be right back. Let me get this receipt.
Hello, chat. First of all, how are we all doing? Just reading it right now. Pours another cup of tea as I stare at the screen. I didn't know she had a brother. Yeah, stories are coming up out about her brother Trent inappropriately messaging fans.
Okay, I got you this. There you go. You have the receipt. You're going to take a look at it. So he's going to look at this receipt, guys, and I'm going to talk about it. This is an old receipt from James Charles back in the day. Do you remember that receipt?
That was the pivotal moment where everything. That was the pivotal moment where in 2020 it turned from hate comments to death threats. That was the pivotal moment.
Wow. Okay. Do you feel like James Charles had something to do with it, with all the stress that it caused you?
I mean, she was in his ear the same way she was in Cody's ear. She just wanted everyone but her to take me down so then she could make an apology video and end it.
Oh, do you think James Charles kind of coached her?
I think it was the other way about it. I think people underestimate how manipulative this woman is.
All right, so for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to post a tweet on my Twitter. The receipt is now on Twitter if you want to go look at it. And I'm going to read it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the receipt right here, girl. I feel like this receipt caused you a lot of stress because he didn't have to chime in on it. And it's so interesting that he is defending her when he had his own issues to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the timeline of events. I don't know if the scandal with him happened before or after.
It was a couple months before.
So Colleen Ballinger said, OMG, I just thought about how when the quarantine is over, I'll eventually start doing live shows again. Then I started thinking about how I'll get to meet and greet the legit. Started crying, I miss you guys. And then someone said, you can't ignore the situation forever. If you don't address it, it will get worse. They were talking about you and her, right? That situation. Well, then James Charles chimes in and he says, it's literally all lies. All of it is like the whole entire thing is just a complete lie. I feel like he jumped the gun without knowing all of the facts.
And that's what I believe that Colleen is probably doing with Trisha right now. Like, talking to her the way she was talking to James about me. But I think Trisha is just, I think, I just think Trisha knows that it's not worth it. I think there's too much. It's not even just me anymore. I mean, for Colleen to come out against me now, she would be coming out against anything that I said as a child because that was the only time that we ever had a relationship, which is the worst part about this. And then it it's not she can't come just at me anymore because her ex-man, who was her ex-employee, Johnny, has just spoken up about how abusive her and Corey were whenever he worked for them. And all of these old fans are talking about how, weird she was in DMs as well. So it's not even like, to kind of answer your previous question, which was why hasn't she responded yet?
Yeah.
Because there's too much. Like, one thing that Colleen likes to do, and I know this from when she was in Scandals and I helped her get out of it, is find someone to blame. And I believe that she was going to do that to me again this time. However, the story is not really just to do with me anymore.
Let me see. This is a tweet. Let me see. Seeing James Charles defending Colleen is crazy, but I guess they do have a lot in common. James Charles asked little boys on flirt. Whoa. Yeah, I do think I think that he sympathized with Colleen in that situation. That's why he was like defending her. But
Can I also just like say something before you continue? For the chat, Rich is currently talking to you on a phone, holding me on like an iPad, and then also reading screenshots off on a MacBook.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, if you think about it, this was like $1,000. This was $1,000. Other ones, this is a $3,000 setup. What's up? And there's another one back there. This is probably the most expensive live stream we'll see today. While talking to him from another country. So can I get a like in the chat for that? Oh my God. So have you and Cody Rance made amends? Are y'all on good terms now? And a lot of the other people who turned their backs against you?
I mean, me and Cody hated each other because of Cody turning on me. I mean, both of us we despised each other, and then from everything happening, and Cody apologized to me. I think, last year, and I went on a call with them, and I was like, no, I appreciate and I forgive you because I was there. Like, for me to not forgive Cody for being manipulated by Colleen would be ironic. Like, it would be, I can't, both can't be true at the same time. So of course I did. And then in terms of people that I was friends with, I mean, I lost all of my friends because they all sided with Colleen. They were like, he's a liar, so why would we trust him if he did this to his best friend? And manipulative, and they'll never trust me with screenshots. And I mean, everyone dropped me. I mean, from the group chat, the weenies, to people I was just friends with in real life, to people on Twitter. I mean, I think probably 80 to 90% of them have reached out to me within the past few days, whether apologizing or explaining or something. And it has been the weirdest thing ever. Like, if I could go back and tell myself at like 16 that, like, I know it's really shitty right now. I know that no one believes you. I know that they're all leaving you, but like, give it time because they're all going to like see it.
I wanted to say this. What is the one thing, or many, that is really getting under your skin that people are saying about you or the situation that you want to clear up? Is there anything?
That I'm obsessed with her, that I won't stop talking about this.
Oh, you're so obsessed. You're obsessed. You're obsessed. Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with Colleen. I feel like you were. Well, first of all, is it true that Colleen would give you free tickets to her shows?
Yeah.
That was true. And she did that because you were such a big cheerleader, supporter for her.
Yeah. I mean, everything nice she did to me was for a reason.
And so you would, I feel like she made it seem like y'all were really good friends in your head, and maybe in hers, she just thought you were just like a fan, number 142,000, and you really thought maybe y'all were close. Did you feel that way?
I mean, in my video that I posted, I mean, I just show all the screenshots, and the reason I show the screenshots, even if some screenshots may be boring, or you're like, what's the reason you're showing these? Like, you're just having a conversation. It just kind of was to show that she treated me like a friend she talked to, like, day in, day out. And I
Yeah.
mean, in terms of the people saying that, I mean, to quote you, obsessed,
Yeah.
like, it's incredibly ironic because when she made that 2020 video and she was talking to Cody behind the scenes, and she was talking to, I mean, not to quote, Taddy West or Shane Dawson, but you were talking to drama channels,
Yeah.
And the full purpose was to get my name slandered and all like that. And if I hadn't have responded to her, and if I hadn't have even this year done this, wave back, if an employer, if I was not doing YouTube right now, and if an employer searched my name on Google, because of her, it would be how I'm a manipulative person, I'm a liar, I'm untrustworthy, I lie, I do a really shitty job at like what I do, I'm an awful person. And it was, the full intent of it was, she was like, oh, he's trying to take down me, so I'm going to like ruin his life. And that's why I don't stop talking about my experience. And then in turn, I think the past few days of people speaking up about their own trauma from her, and people speaking about things her family have done or anything like that to them, it's allowed a place where people, like, even if I have to take the fall, here's what I'm saying. Like, I believe that she's going to make a video back attacking me. And here's the thing. If she does that, and everyone turns on me, I will be fine with it, because in me doing this, it has allowed so many people to feel confidence in speaking up about their own experiences with grooming or ABUSE or anything like that. And so even if she manipulated everyone, blah 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 blah, everyone turned on me and I ran off the internet, at least people felt that these stories that they're tweeting, that they're holding in for so many years, they can tell them. So I mean, for me, if I'm able to like end the hold she has on people, even just her, and me get ran off the internet, if she tries to sue me down, take me down, whatever, it was worth it.
Wow. And we have a submitted question, and if I don't want to catch you off guard or anything, if you don't want to answer it, just say you don't want to answer it, or say you will address it later. And if you want to, you can. So the question is from someone named Alma, and they're saying address the Trent stuff. I don't know anything about that. Is that something
Okay.
you want to talk about today?
I will very loosely give context because it's not my story.
Okay.
However, Trent is Colleen Ballinger's brother.
Wow.
And he used the fact that Colleen Ballinger's fans wanted to talk to anyone to get closer to her, and he used to just DM underage fans inappropriately. And again, there's a huge thread on Twitter right now, and it's really, 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 really triggering and awful. So I would put a heavy trigger warning if people want to go and read it. I mean, it's on Twitter. However, it's not my story to tell, so I don't want to tell it. But that's what happened.
Okay, there you go. So I hope that answered your question. And if Adam wants to talk about it more, he will talk about it more on his YouTube channel. I mean, he will drop a video like that if he has to. And so, yeah. So I know you have a lot of other interviews coming up. Is it today? So you're going to be seeing a lot of Adam today if you follow him on social media. He's going to be talking a lot with other creators, bigger and smaller. So keep a lookout for that. So my next question would be, how did it make you feel that these people who turned their backs on you came crawling back? Do you then trust them again, or do you feel like, thank you, but I'm gonna put you over there?
Again, because I have been there and I have been under the way she makes you feel and the manipulation and stuff like that, I can't hold it against any of them. And there's one person in particular who I was friends with for many, 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 many years. We would meet up in person. We would spend hours together, and her turning against me was one of the hardest things ever. And she messaged me apologizing, and I immediately forgave her and felt like this weight off my chest, because I was like, I get it. I get why you turned on me. I get why you said the things you did. And I appreciate that you're saying that, she was talking to you and stuff to turn you against me. and she did that to me to turn on other people. So I can't not forgive them, because I would wish that people I've done that to would forgive me.
Mhm. Wow. So I think that's very nice of you to feel that way, but I also would kind of just I kind of wouldn't be open to trust them so much because I would be like, you should have been on my side in the beginning, you snake, and you turn your back on me, and look where we're at now. Now, do you feel vindicated?
Um, in the entire situation, or just the friends?
Both situations. We talk about both of those.
Um, it's hard for me to say I feel vindicated, because the story has kind of like brought up a lot of, I hate to sound dramatic, but it's brought up a lot of trauma. And I mean,
Hmm.
hearing other people's stories, the word vindicated is not really what comes to mind, because it's all like just triggering. But I'm just glad it's getting spoken about.
Were you shocked that that account Pop Buzz posted it on such a huge scale?
Um, yeah, because I'm just kind of like, why are people listening now and they didn't listen in 2020?
Yeah. Well, I think, because you talked about this in 2020, and then Cody Rants talked about it, and then you brought it up, and you were like, I told y'all, and here's someone else backing me up on this situation when y'all called me a liar. And I think the timing was so good because that's just when she started the podcast with Trisha. And then I'm gonna get, which then because it kind of brought Colleen a little bit more into the spotlight with her being on that podcast, which I felt, which remember we thought it was just gonna be one episode, and
Yeah,
here they are and going into three now.
yeah,
And I find it so interesting that she is now with Trisha, and then this major drama pops off. Like,
yeah,
and they have yet to talk about it on their podcast or even address it. And then, if for those who don't know, they were deleting comments that had anything to do with Adam McIntyre in the live. I mean, Moses was working overtime that day.
yeah. I mean, he was really earning his paycheck that day for sure.
I mean, wow. And I bet that really frustrated you that they were literally just deleting anything to do with you in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, Colleen has currently limited her Instagram comments. She's blocked everyone. She's deleting every comment on every social media platform. She has to have like hired people, or her children are probably on, I don't know, she probably has like a baby on each social media, deleting them. Like every social media platform, hundreds of comments are being deleted. And I'm like, whenever she comes out, and whether she apologizes or whether she makes a video taking me or taking anyone down, it can all just be discredited, because why did you wait so long and actively be silencing thousands of people, including on the podcast, and now you're coming out with a video? Like, no matter what the video is, why were you for so long, like, basically showing that anyone who's like, talk about Adam, they get blocked? I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm going to read to you what Pop Craze tweeted. They said Colleen Ballinger, YouTuber known for her character Miranda Sings, is under fire for engaging in a pattern of inappropriate behavior with underage fans. The underage fans being Adam McIntyre at that time. She's accused of grooming, manipulating fans into doing free labor and bullying and more. Would
Yeah,
you agree with that?
absolutely. And I mean, I used the word grooming in my video I posted a couple days ago for the first time. I never in 2020 did. And I mean, whenever she did the apology in 2020, she was like, people online are saying that I'm a groomer and this is why I'm coming out, because this is so disgusting. And I never used that word. However, I was 17 back then, still a kid, in my opinion. Well, literally. And now as a 20-year-old, I am using the word grooming. She did groom me. She's groomed a lot of people.
Whoa. Let's unpack that. How do you think that how do you feel that she groomed you?
Embarrassed that like I allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
That I like didn't see it. I mean, it's I mean, one of my friends, I've been living just like in my apartment, not leaving my bedroom the past few days. And last night I went out with a couple of my friends, and they were like, "How do you feel?
Yeah.
Do you not feel great?" And I was like, "No, I feel incredibly like fucking humiliated. Like I'm like this is one of the most like embarrassing things ever for me to have to like show all these screenshots and whatever like that, whether people want to believe me or not."
Because I saw that, because to me, I look at the thing, I look at it from an underage standpoint, because I know you as an adult. But at that time, when you were underage and you said, "Oh, my butt looks good in these jeans," and she's saying, Colleen Ballinger saying, what is she? She said, "Show me," or something?
She sends pics, but
Send pics.
someone in your chat is like accusing me of not answering questions, and they said answer the question, like answer how you were groomed. So okay, I mean I was just saying something else, but okay. But anyway, in terms of how I feel I was groomed because she treated me a certain way with the intent of getting me to do many different things for her. But I didn't answer the question, but just to like
Yes.
But I'm not sidestepping here.
Well, I feel okay. So first of all, you were doing work for her 100% for free, and in exchange, I guess, for free tickets. Okay, and then to for you to talk, have this, I guess, because she spoke to you, she felt like she could use you to run her Twitter account, and she even told y'all to email Netflix. I remember that, so that her show doesn't get canceled or something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember Colleen Ballinger. She had such like a great career. How do you think her career has pivoted already? Is that in a slump now?
I mean, one thing I will say that I've never said before is, well, I mean, I've shown screenshots of Colleen talking about how she like thinks that her career is on like a downward spiral. I mean, that was in my video. But one thing I will say is, from knowing this woman and talking to her for many years, she was very against family channels and she was very against showing children online. And for her to completely pivot her career to that means that she has lost all her like confidence in her work, that's now what she's doing. I can promise you that, because she was the number one person against showing your children online, because she used to talk shit about her sister-in-law and her brother who did it, because there would be very, very, very like what's the word exploited moments that they would post of the kids, and she would always love having the kids over at her house because she would say that they were getting a break from being recorded.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Someone says, Adam, it's okay. They're not listening to your answers, but we are. There you go. Wow. So she was against family channels, and here she is with her baby online.
Yeah.
And
baby 3 now.
Baby 3 now. Do you think that this is just me? I feel like Colleen going on with the podcast with Trisha, I don't think that was a good career move. What do you think about that? Do you agree, disagree?
I think that was.
I was shocked.
I actually have no, like, I actually don't know what to say to that, because, I mean, we used to just, we used to just make fun of Trisha all the time.
You and Colleen?
Yeah. Which is why this is so, like, I didn't understand it. And then whenever I was speaking to that guy, Johnny, last night, Johnny told me that Colleen and Corey used to make fun of Trisha to him, too. So that's two people with the same story.
Ooh, and now she's on her podcast?
I mean,
fake!
I had posted a video where I was, like, going through and watching their podcast. And I mean, the amount of, like, moments where Colleen talks down to Trisha, or literally just like bullies her, or she keeps bringing up that
she was on so many TV shows.
Anything that Trisha likes, Colleen has already done it, or has done it better, and that is exactly how she talked about Trisha. And I mean, in terms of talking about, she brings up Trisha's body a lot. Very, very much so conversations behind the scenes as well, unfortunately.
I think it's fake. I don't even understand why Colleen would even do it. I would be surprised if Trisha says, I'm no longer doing the podcast with Colleen because she's so problematic.
Yeah.
Wow. And here it is. Trisha, again, everything she touches, I feel, is turning to poop, because I thought she was gonna have a really clean cookie cut podcast, and then this happened. Wow.
And ironically, in Trisha's defense, it's not even Trisha.
It's not even Trisha. Exactly. It's not even Trisha. But I think that it brought more light to Colleen. And now, because people are really digging into Colleen's past now, which I don't necessarily agree with, but they're actually like finding more stuff out. And we're finding more stuff out today when you said that Colleen was talking crap about Trisha, and here she is on her podcast all the time.
But I mean, people very much so immediately believe whenever I said that, or even if they didn't, once they watched the podcast, people were tweeting me being like, "Oh, now I believe you," because she's being aggressive towards her this entire thing. So I mean, people were just seeing it for themselves, which I enjoyed, because it doesn't mean I have to like tell people anything; they can just see it for themselves.
Correct. You were right when you said it was mainly just Colleen Ballinger talking about Trisha. I mean, like it was Colleen Ballinger. I'm sorry, talking about herself to Trisha, and Trisha is just like can't even get a word in.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anyone has a question, just put it in the chat. And if Adam, if you see a question that you want to answer, you can answer it. You don't have to. It's I want to respect your time, and I want to respect what you're going through.
If anyone has any questions, I mean, put them in. I mean,
yeah, you can type your question. If Adam finds it interesting, he'll read it. If he doesn't see your question, he's not being shady. Just do not take it personal.
Someone said, was Rachel involved in any of this? And Rachel is Colleen's sister. I really didn't have any relationship with Rachel. I know people are speaking about different things, but I think I didn't really have a negative experience with Rachel ever. I think Rachel's the only one I didn't with, so not for me particularly, but I know there's other people that have spoken about it. Adam, do you have screenshots of Colleen talking about Trish? They're all on old Twitter accounts, or they're on Snapchat, and I mean that's the same thing that the other guy I'm speaking to was. I mean, this woman is not stupid. Like, she's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I think Trisha will expose Colleen? No.
I don't think so.
Do you think Eric was aware of her behaviors? I don't think to the extent, because I mean, when she was dating Eric and even pregnant with his baby, I mean, she was shit talking her ex-husband to me. So I mean, I don't think he would have necessarily enjoyed that. Do they know about their snark Reddit? Yes. I mean, these people are chronically online. I mean, like, that's one thing like. I used to have for them. Like, I used to have to go on like guru gossip sites and stuff. Like, she would ask me in my video. I showed proof of that as well. So they're either doing it themselves and keeping up with the Reddit every day, or they have a fan doing it. I would hope that they're not stupid enough to get a fan to do it again, because it would just be repeating itself.
Just a moment. Has anyone brought up your old account that you deleted called Cookie Ballinger, and what was that about?
That was my fan account. That was my username on social media for like the entire time that this was happening.
Yeah.
And then that account ended up getting suspended, but that was like my username on like every social media platform for like many years. Nothing bad or anything. That was literally just like the equivalent of my username now being like whatever it is. Like, that was just my username.
Okay. Let me see.
Wait, Rich, is there any comments that like are screaming at you? Because I don't want to like.
I can't even see him with these lashes on anyway. So I don't even know. But getting petty comments, it just comes with the gig.
I just, if there was anything that you wanted to like know, or if there was any comments in the chat that like you were.
Oh, let's see. Let me see. See, how are you dealing with things? Said Rita. We've talked about that in the beginning of the stream, and I'll leave it up so you guys can go back and see. He talks about that. This is people. Adam, I think you're very brave for speaking about this. Do you feel scared that they'll give you some type of retaliation?
I mean, if they would sue me, I would kind of say.
But not only that, but I've always say like I always have like impending fear of like people are gonna start doxing you all of a sudden. These anonymous accounts start leaving you death threats and things like that, because that happens all of a sudden.
Again, to like reiterate, like if I was to wake up tomorrow and Colleen has taken me down, sued me, blah 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 blah, my address is on the internet, my phone number's on the internet, I'm getting death threats, whatever. I don't care, because again, my video allowed so many people to feel comfortable that they could speak up to her, and I think it was worth it.
Yeah. I think the main argument that people have is that, well, he begged for the panties. He wanted them for so long. And even though that might be true, it doesn't matter to me because she was the adult.
But also, in terms of that story, like I said, she was the one that wanted to send it to me. And then people are like, here's his tweets being like, he didn't get the panties.
Yeah.
What people fail to mention is the reason I was tweeting that was because Colleen was telling me that she was also going to send me a letter along with it. And oh my God, she was going to be giving me attention. So of course I was going to be asking, why, like, when am I going to get it? And she did send a letter with it. She sent a really nice letter with it.
Oh.
So,
were there people in the fandom at that time when you had the cookie account that were jealous of the attention you were getting from Colleen?
Not until she started adding me on like other social medias and people find out that she had followed me on Instagram or added me on Snapchat or actually whenever they find out hung out with me after shows or that I would get free tickets and stuff, people in the fandom started kind of shit talking me behind the scenes. But again, it was all like 14 and 13-year-olds, so like why would I hold it against them?
Okay, we have a question from Diana that said, Adam, will you ever forgive Colleen? And you don't have to answer that because listen,
I'm an open book.
You can say, I will never forgive that snake, and then maybe a year or two you might have a change of heart. But that's the question they wanted to know: is will you ever forgive her?
I'm an open book, and here's the thing. For me to say that I would never forgive Colleen means that I would never get personal closure in my life, and I would think about this till the day I die, and I don't want to say that. But what I will say is, unless I know this woman, unless she genuinely addresses it in a way that's good, then no. But I would love to, because I would love to not have to, bring out receipts all the time or whatever like this. Again, I didn't bring this up; it was Cody.
Okay, great. We have a question from Allison Belair. She said, Adam, what are your hopes for Colleen moving forward? Do you want her to stop YouTube or Miranda or continue with just the change in behavior and give you an apology?
I'm not asking her to stop YouTube. I'm not asking her to stop Miranda. I would like Miranda's humor to change so it's not predatory. And I would like her to not use her platform. She can have her platforms, but don't use your platforms to basically ruin the minds of children. And furthermore, what was the question? What was what do you want the? Oh, and what I want. I want an apology, and I want a public apology to my parents that she tried to blame their parenting because she didn't want to address that she was in the wrong. That's what I want.
Do you want that in a video or privately?
Both.
Because I have a feeling she's watching. I feel like she's watching everything you're doing.
Rich, I can promise you right now that Colleen and Corey are sitting in a room listening to this. Because I was told in 2020 that they had my post notifications on after my video because they wanted to know exactly what I was doing so that their video in the end could be the most updated video. So chat, say hi, Colleen and Corey, because I promise you they're here.
Chat, say hi, Colleen. Hi, Corey. Wow. Corey seems just as creepy. And that's her husband, correct?
No, that's her GBF.
Her gay best friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me see. Do you have time for a few more questions? I don't want to hold you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. I'm gonna put my phone on charge.
Okay. You guys, we're gonna take a quick little, like a minute, two break. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you for everyone who sent super chats. I appreciate you keeping the stream alive. It helps out so much. Thank you so much for that. Everyone's saying hi, Corey. Hi, Colleen. Again, thank you for the like, share the live. We're at just under 1,000 viewers. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Wow, it's so early in the morning. You guys are here getting all the hot tea from Adam and me.
Okay, I'm good to
go. I've never found Colleen to be that funny. Like, I understand the humor and the gig. I get it. I thought it was like a cute niche. I didn't know how long she could keep it up, if that makes sense. I do feel like she has plateaued or she peaked. And so she's just maybe trying to find something else to do.
I mean, that's why she has as many kids as what she has.
Wow.
I mean, I hate to fucking rude there, but I promise you that is why she has as many kids as she has.
What?
Her career got a huge revival after she had her first son, and she was aware of that, which is why she immediately wanted to have another baby after it.
Question from Justin. Hey, Adam, you mentioned the lunchtime story with Eric smoking. Yeah. Did you have any other schoolers interactions with him? I think so.
I've never heard that word before. What?
Yeah, I never heard it either. I guess, have you ever, something about a lunch?
Did I have any other interactions with Eric?
Yeah, I guess what they're asking.
No. And I mean, he followed me on like all my social medias, but I never spoke privately with him, and that was the only time I ever met him.
Does Eric hate Corey?
Corey hates Eric. Corey would talk shit about Eric all the time in group chats because Corey didn't like that Eric took time away from Colleen to him, because Corey is like, I think he's like 37 years old, and he lives in Colleen's spare room, and like Colleen is his employer, best friend, like mother at this stage and stuff. So it's like he hated that Eric took him away, so he used to talk shit about Eric all the time.
My thing is, okay, I know that you're very, very close with your mom and that you travel with her. And how does she know what's going on right now?
Yeah.
And what does she think?
Trust me, I'm having to stop my mom from posting on Twitter and posting on every social media platform, because I'm trying to get her not to get as unnecessarily involved as what she wants to. Obviously, just protecting me as a mother. I'm saying what she knows. However, my mom really wants to start looking at legal options.
Wow. So there you go. All the T channels. Adam McIntyre sues Colleen Ballinger. Yeah, we have an exclusive. There, Adam McIntyre's family's looking at suing illegal with Colleen Ballinger right here. For all y'all in the chat, say it's dry, boring tea. We just had a huge exclusive right there. Why is this just now coming out? Well, it's been out. It's been out. It just got revived with more information, because you didn't have all these receipts before, right?
No, I had them, but because the entire internet was against me, it made me lose all confidence in ever speaking out against her. So, in the wake of this recent video, we've had a lot of legal people reach out to us being like, hey, just to let you know, with like California protection laws and then Ireland protection laws, she was, doing, necessarily not the right things, and you were a child, and here's this, and then this with this. So that's currently like what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah. And so, is there any other comments that really just?
Let me see. I'm just like scrolling.
Yeah, there you go.
Has anyone else reached out to you about the situation to say that they are having on the same boat? Oh, I mean, so many people. So many people. And a lot of people in a lot of different areas, like people who like worked with her, or people who were just fans of her, or people that were involved in like her childhood cancer fundraisers, or people that were involved in her merch team. Like there is, it's like too much. Honestly, like it's a lot, and I'm grateful that people trust me coming to me and stuff like that. And that's why I'm like trying to give people the confidence to like speak up and stuff like that, because again, like it's just so much for me to hold on to. But a lot of people are starting to do that, and there's going to be a lot over the next 3 days that come out.
Someone said you mentioned Jake Doolittle stream. That there's more coming out soon. Is it going to be a lot?
There's a lot of it isn't my story, so I don't want to like at any stage a victim could feel that they don't want to speak up. So I don't want to like think. However, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes right now.
For those who don't know, who is Jake Good? Who is that person?
He is a channel here on YouTube. He did like a live stream last night going through everything. A nice guy, a really funny guy. That's who they're talking about.
Okay. There's a lot of names. I can't keep up. How are you feeling after this has come out now? Do you? And I know like it's kind of difficult for you, but you have to feel some type of relief. Is it like bricks lifted off your shoulder?
it just kind of feels. I just feel like I'm protecting my like child self, and it feels
Mm.
like, oh, I'm finally speaking up for him in a weird way, and that's kind of the most amazing part personally for me. But again, using words like validating and amazing stuff feels really uncomfortable whenever it's how serious everything is right now.
Oh, and I'm sorry for using that word. If I offended you or anything, I'm
No,
sorry
no,
for
no, no,
saying that.
no, 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 because I used it earlier as well. I'm saying that it is validating and it is incredible and stuff right now. Like, this is nothing against how anyone says, like, it is all of those things. But I'm just saying that for me personally, whenever I use those words, I then am like, oh, but to say that means that everything's great, or to say that means that this is an amazing opportunity, or not an amazing opportunity, but it is an amazing opportunity because so many more people are now feeling comfortable to speak up. However, in turn of them speaking up, it makes this more dark, which then makes me feel uncomfortable saying that this is, you know, an opportunity for me to feel validated because it's so sensitive.
Yeah, and you have a really good friend of yours that is a writer for for online media. I forgot her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I forgot it.
Cat.
Kat Tenbard. Correct. I said her name right. I think that she put it so well when she talked about the issues between parasocial dynamic is what she kept saying between
Yeah.
you and Colleen, and how it's easy for a celebrity to manipulate a fan
Yeah.
to do things like that. And it's actually like I've seen like old Hollywood movies where the actress would also have a fan come and help out around the house and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that that makes it right, but that stuff like that's been going around. Can you read that comment from Jen
Um,
McCann?
before I do that, just before I forget, in terms of what I was currently doing was looking up because Kat did a tweet today that I want to read out.
Okay.
Then if you keep that on your
Yes.
screen, I'll get to that. So Kat tweeted today, the Colleen Ballinger allegations have gotten progressively darker and involve older teens and very young adults coming forward about distressing situations with much older adults that have left lasting trauma. It's not a joke or a meme, and I hope people take it seriously. I also hope for my younger followers that you remember that celebrities and influencers don't really know you or ever care about you. If you ask for pics, tell you to not tell your parents, or ask you to come stay with them, these are red flags. Please tell a trusted adult. In the social media era, an influencer or adult in the circle can instantly connect with and message their underage fans. Parents, please talk to your children about who they talk to online. Kids and teens, no one has the right to make you feel uncomfortable. And finally, also kids and young adults, looking back on these conversations and relationships, it was never your fault. You were a child. The adult's behavior is not your responsibility, and I'm so sorry that people you put trust in put you in these positions.
She said it so well.
Yeah.
And it okay. So shout out to Tat Timbar. So Jen McHahone, I think that's whoa, it's weird. Said, "Good on you, Adam, for your mom for the legal options. Also, help Colleen and Corey as the lingerie evidence says so much. P.S. Adam, hugs to you and your family, and take care and thumbs up."
Thank you so much. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Another question from Jen said again, she's saying thumbs up for you and Rich and good on you, Adam. So thank you, Jen. Thank you so much,
Thank
Jen.
you, Jen.
Wow. I guess she really wanted her comment seen, so I had to shout it out.
I appreciate it, Jen.
Let me see. Well, how does this affect you if you had a child moving forward? How would you handle it? Like, would you limit would you see who they're talking to? Like, what have you learned from this?
I mean, in all of this, I've learned how much I was able to hide to my family friends because I was protecting her because she didn't want me showing them. I mean, the text of her sending me like, "Wait, are your parents coming?" goes to show that she never wanted, them to be around when she was there. So what I would say is to parents, kids are clever, and if they feel that they're getting close or have a friendship with, their favorite celebrity or YouTuber or influencer, they will do everything they can to protect that, and that means lying to you and not showing you things. So just be aware of what your children are doing privately online because publicly a lot can be hidden.
Yes. Okay, we have a question from Alex saying, Adam, are you disappointed, like we all are, that Trisha has stayed silent and not supported you and the victims of grooming and harassment proving she hasn't changed at all. So that's a question from Alex.
No, no, because something I've never talked about before is during frenemies when Trisha and Ethan both followed me, I sent an email to Trisha and Colleen, Trisha and Ethan, which detailed everything that Colleen did to me, and they both ignored it. And it was like their business email. And there was a couple like hints Trisha put on frenemies where she would like talk about Colleen or Colleen's family, but she would never mention her by name, which went to show that she did read the email. So I knew that they weren't going to talk about it because they are not. I won't put blame on Ethan, but because Trisha is Colleen's biggest fan in the entire world and is so obsessed with her and does not want to ruin that relationship. Wow. So I'm not surprised she isn't speaking in my defense. Also, Trisha Paytas does not care about victims, so let's be aware of that as well. So for me to be like, Trisha Paytas not defending victims, please, it's just a regular Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Another question from Electra Deuce. Do you think Colleen will post her donation receipts from the fundraiser? And I don't know anything about that either.
So she does a childhood cancer fundraiser every year, and it's for her birthday. However, the problem with it is she gets the money put into her bank account before she donates it, which doesn't seem like a problem. However, she says online that she lets people donate like months after the donation ends. And then people were saying, wait, you were getting thousands of donations after you finished the stream, so where was that money going to? And then, if the money's going into your bank account before you donate it months later, because she says she lets the money sit so that it can get to the full amount, how do we know then that you're not just letting that sit in your account for tax reasons and, tax write-offs with,
her charity's fake, someone says in the chat. Wow.
So people have been asking her for almost an entire year to do this. I did not bring this up. And she has deleted thousands of people's comments over the past year asking her to show the receipts. So I do think that there's something weird going on. However, I do know for a fact that she does donate money every single year. And she donates a lot of money every single year. It is a proven fact, like she has. However, for some reason, she's refusing to show how much she donated every single year to wherever. However, every single year, she has always donated. I think it was over like 100,000 or 150,000 or something like that. However, every year, there's been hundreds of thousands. So people are just asking for the receipts. And here's the thing, she's not being accused of anything, but people are just confused as to why she's been called out for this for a year and she still just hasn't shown it. Like, no one's accusing her of anything. Just show it for the sake of your audience have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and guys, that's a lot of money. People said, my moderator said that people want to know about Trent Ballinger. We spoke about that. It's in the live stream. I'll leave that up so you can go back and watch it, but we have already covered that. Rachel said, Adam, why are you just now bringing this all out to the open? And Rachel, it's only because it got brought up again. That's why. It's not like he did it purposely. Then she says, if this happened 3 or 4 years ago, why not do some things then? Is it because she's getting relevant again with the podcast with Trisha?
Sorry. Excuse me. This is the one time that I'll snap on y'all. Drama channels covering the podcast are getting more views than the podcast, so please don't play that card. Also, okay, I won't read the comment out or bring attention to it, but one of my friends in the chat had just said something that has been talked about behind the scenes to do with the childhood cancer fundraisers, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm not going to say it out loud, but people in the chat can go and find it.
It's in there. Get it, Adam. Xylee gets real. She dropped a hundo. I'm just joking. She said, we love Adam. Here for you, honey. And Xylee also said, I love you more, Rich Lux. And leave a like, leave a comment, everybody. And I love y'all so much. Okay. Oh, thank you, Xylee.
I love you, Xylee. I love Xylee so much.
Guys, leave a like on the live. Okay, so let me see another question. I just looked at the Trent thread, and there's zero proof that these messages are from Trent. Do you have any?
That's not true.
That's not true? There you go. There you go. Let me see. What would Jessica say in the group chat? Do you feel comfortable saying anything about that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure one thing that was wasn't to me because I was not in California, but Jessica would make jokes in the chat, and I don't know if they ended up happening, but I know that. Oh wait, no, actually, okay. So Jessica used to talk about all the time that she would invite the girls over from Weenies to babysit her kids, which was the group chat, and then I'm pretty sure the Ballingers, so like Jessica and stuff, went to Disneyland with the girls in the Weenies group chat. So yeah, that is true. So yeah, the girls and Weenies used to always look after Jessica's kids.
Oh, I just got some tea from Giselle Lankinu. She said Ethan Klein talked about how Colleen was using minors for labor and explained a little bit, but not sure if he mentioned Adam by name. Do you think? Did you know anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a one and done. They just kind of mentioned it. They didn't mention any names nor really mention the story. And I mean, I would rather them not mention the story if they don't know like the information on it or whatever, rather than whatever. So I mean, I watched it and I was just kind of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Do you if Ethan Klein and Dan invited you onto the show?
You better stop. I am not keeping track with you on this one.
No, we love Dan. But if Ethan Klein invited you on, would you go on to his podcast?
Anyone who wants to platform this story, I'm willing to speak to.
Okay, and then. Okay, you there?
Mr. Popular.
Oh yeah, let's get a call. Let me see here. Any questions you see in the chat that interest you?
People are talking about Colleen's relationship with JoJo. We used to make fun of JoJo as well. Let me see. Did JoJo talk about Trisha? I never spoke to JoJo specifically. I just spoke about JoJo with Colleen. What do I think Colleen will say in her response video? I think it's one of two ways. Colleen will either do an apology video, but I doubt that at this stage because she's shown that she doesn't really care by deleting everything. So I think she's going to come out with I honestly believe Colleen's going to come out with a 2-hour long video, which is disproving everything. But I think at a certain stage, there's too many people speaking up. The story's so broad. There's more people by the minute. I just think it's out of her control at this stage.
There you go.
And also, if she makes a response video coming at all of us, she's going to be arguing and being like, but look what the kids said to me. Look what the person said to me. Look what, and everyone will be like, oh yeah, but you're showing screenshots of kids talking to you and you're trying to throw kids under the bus. You were still a 30-year-old when all this happened. So I don't know. I do not know.
So I want to go ahead and start wrapping up. But Alma Dalisa said, Adam, anything else you want to share that you haven't yet? And before you answer that, Adam has other interviews he's doing today and the next day and so on. So if you don't want to say everything, I understand. But is there anything you do? We're right here listening to you.
I'll say this to everyone I speak to today. I just posted my video, and a lot of that is stuff I've said for the first time, and I'm just wanting people to acknowledge that first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll kind of leave it at that. But I mean, of course, there's more, and you can't talk to someone from 2014 to 2020 and only have enough information for an hour 40. So
yeah.
But I just would at least for me, the conversation to kind of focus on what I've spoken about for the first time now, basically, in my video.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
One question from Billy Joe. Adam, do you want me to take down my Twitter thread? I put your first video on her first. I wanted to help you get your story out. That's from Billy Joe.
Oh my God, that Twitter thread that ruined my life.
So I mean, this is huge, Adam. That Miss Joe is saying, do you want me to take down that thread? So it's up to you.
I mean, that thread was full of things that just were not accurate and stuff like that. But I will never, and it really affected me. And I lost a lot of in-person friends from it. And I lost a lot of trust in people lost a lot of trust in me from that. But I would never tell someone to take something down. I mean, I'm not trying to censor anybody. So I mean, if you feel that you want to take it down, you can take it down. But I also have no problem with you keeping it up. I mean, it's been up for 3 years, so.
Oh, well, I think that was a very mature answer. And I think that falls on the heart of Billy Joe if they wanted to take that down or not. So moving forward, I always say this to people: what have you learned from all of this? And we'll wrap it up with that. And if anything, because maybe you're still learning, so you don't have to answer that either.
I don't want to. You little bastard! You're gonna make me sad on the final question. I don't want to get sad, but I haven't learned anything other than like, and it sounds really bizarre, but like that people are quick to use and abuse, and that people just not to really trust people. And I mean, the amount of you little bastard, you're getting me with the final question.
I'm sorry.
I just think that in my like personal life, the amount of insecurity I have with relationships with like my family members or my friends or like in the dating world, I have so much insecurity in terms of dealing with people now because of how an adult treated me in that moment. And I just feel that did I learn anything from it? No.
There you go. I think that looking back, give it a couple years, months. I think that you're gonna feel that you've grown stronger as a person. And yeah, you will. And that if you post something and people are coming for you and they don't want to believe you, that you're gonna stick by your side and you're gonna stand up for yourself. Because that the first time you did it, I feel like people discouraged you with calling you a liar. And so here you are saying, look, I was not a liar. And so I think that maybe you could take away that is that when your gut is telling you something, stand by it. But that's not from but that's something you'll learn as you grow older. So you guys, I hope that you love Adam as much as I do. He's a friend to the channel. I love talking to him. I think that he's an amazing creator. I hope that if you were on the gray fence about Adam, maybe this changed your mind. You got to see him in a different light and hear his story from his mouth. And Adam, thank you for coming on and giving me your time.
The last thing I want to say is thank you to you, because Rich covered this, by the way, for people here in the chat, before people knew what the angle was going to be. Like, I know that a lot of people are on my side, and I appreciate that, but Rich covered this before people, like in the past week, before public opinion took my side, and I'm so grateful to you, Rich, that you were willing to listen to the video and form an opinion, and also publicly put out an opinion before public opinion told you that it was okay to do that. And that was why I immediately wanted this, like why this was my priority today, like this call, because you were really it was just you. You were the first one to do it this week, and you didn't feel the need to wait. You didn't feel the need to anything, and I appreciate that. And I know you like getting your videos up, and I know you like that, but like
no, but sometimes that gets me in trouble. Sometimes it's like you didn't hear all the story yet. But I will stand by what I said. If Colleen Ballinger was a man and she did this to an underage girl, it would be totally different. But because she's a woman, she gets away with it sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, and thank you for platforming me, and thank you for talking with me, and thank you to chat who were listening, whether they agreed with me or didn't, just listening. And yeah, I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Adam, for coming on. And again, thank you for your time. Your time to me is so valuable. So thank you so much. And if you ever need anything, I'm always here. Everyone in the chat, drop a red heart for Adam for coming on this morning. I appreciate, morning for me. I think it's like dinner time for you over there. But thank you so much, Adam. And I hope you have a blessed day, and just keep going. You're stronger than you think you are.
Thank you, Rich. Well, I'll talk to you later privately, but thank you so much
again. Thank you, Adam. Bye, everyone. Bye, Adam. Aw, there you go, people. Adam McIntyre gave us a little bit of his time. We have over an hour. I think he spoke to us for an hour. And I just want to say this. He's probably not even watching now. He left, but like it's the time that he set aside to come on here and talk to me and you guys. It's a lot, because you choose who you want to give your time to. And I think that people take that for granted, and we have over just under 1,000 people watching the live stream. Your time. Thank you for your time and watching and hearing me and hearing Adam talk and getting a different perspective or learning a new perspective or validating your perspective. It's thank you for your time and thank you for everyone who even left money to keep the stream going. So thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate you. It keeps the stream alive. Thank you for every like. We have over 350 likes. Wow. I'm gonna leave this stream up. It was very long, and Adam talked a lot um, about some questions that I keep seeing in the chat, like why don't you talk about this? Adam answered this. It's in the chat, and you can see that if you watch the replay of it. So if you had a specific question, he most likely answered it in there. But again, I just want to thank everyone for the time that you gave me this morning. That's something you can't get back. You can buy luxury bags and cars and houses, but to me, time is the most luxurious thing in the world because you can't get time back. There's no time machine or anything like that. So I want to thank Adam for his time again. I want to thank each and every one of you in the chat for your time, for hanging out with me, for every like, every comment. And it's not missed upon me. And I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out. I think that more stuff will come out with Adam McIntyre and Colleen. Again, Colleen Ballinger has not even made an apology, a re-apology. She hasn't even retweeted her old apology. Nothing at all. And so we live in a world where next week we could all be moved on to another subject, another conversation. But I think it's sad that she's given the opportunity. She could easily reach out privately to Adam or Adam's mom or anyone else that she feels she affected and talk to them privately, but she shouldn't. Someone says she should address something. She should address something. Because these are the people, right? You guys are the people who watch and like and comment and afford her houses and cars and things like that. So I think that she should owe it to her audience to clarify again further, even if it's just her sitting down and saying, "Hey guys, I already apologized to this, but it's coming up again. Let me just talk about it again." She could easily do that if she wanted to. We need Jerry Springer, someone said. Let me see. She's scared I mean, lose views. I think people would respect her more if she would come on camera and talk. But I don't know. I just find the whole situation interesting with the Trisha Paytas and Colleen podcast and the massive drama that's happening. Um, but yeah, that's what I say about that. But I do feel like Adam, I feel like he might have more receipts that he hasn't even seen yet that are going to come forward. And also other people who might come forward too and talk about how Colleen might have used them or they felt some type of way about it. Let me see here. Hey, Adam, there you go. But for those of you just joining, we had Adam McIntyre on the live stream. He came on here for over an hour and just talked about his side of the story, what really is getting on his nerves about comments he's seeing, what he agrees and disagrees with. We talked about people who are close to Colleen's life, what he thinks about them. And he left, I think, with more confidence and maybe a new perspective. Imagine she addressed it on the podcast. So that would be interesting. And the whole time that this live is up, Colleen Ballinger easily could have tweeted, "Put me on the live stream. I have something to say. That's not how it went down." You know, and looking at the receipts that I seen online, what I saw, what I saw was Adam McIntyre, an underage a mega fan that was really just in awe of Colleen. And I feel like she manipulated him uh, to do free work. and that she also manipulated him and giving him free tickets and things like that. Even though he might have begged for the panties, okay, she as an adult should have been like, this is not gonna look good. It doesn't seem right. And I think that she should have set some boundaries for her underage fans. But anyways, but with that being said, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for every like, every comment, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna figure out how to end this live. I don't know how to work my phone. I think it's here. Okay, bye guys. Bye.